Good morning, everybody. Welcome into RhinoManSlots Morning Coffee. Today's edition, we have somebody super special. I want to find out a lot about this individual. I met him in Vegas at Cosmo about a month ago now, and he's the nicest guy you're ever going to want to meet. Very outgoing, and his personality's off the charts. So I'm going to get him in here, and we'll wait and see how many other people join us. I see it's a slot machine. Simon, hey, thank you for coming in. Ben Gallet, what's up, Daddy? Hey, Ben. Week 4 slots. Gamblers Unknown, good morning. Let's get our special guest in here and find out a little bit about him.
Hey!
Welcome, James.
What's up?
James Spitzer Cash Out, and we'll find out about the name in a minute. But right now we have it's a slot machine in the house.
Simon, what's up? Hey, Simon. I heard you say Unknown's in the room.
Can you see the chat too?
I came out on my phone. My wife's in the other room. She's going to bring her phone out for me. She might turn her computer on so I can look at the chat in a second.
Okay. We got Gamblers Unknown in the house. We got Chumba Queen, who's supposedly working now.
At work. I do. What's up, Chumba?
Not really working, but it's all good.
No, I think we all kind of do that sometimes, don't we?
all the time.
I'll defer that information.
So, James, I got a lot of questions for you. A lot. Sister Yoshi's in the house. Good morning, Sister Yoshi.
Oh, Sister Yoshi. It's funny, Rhino. I was when I got up. I didn't go to bed last night. I had the link, and I called you around 4 o'clock yesterday, and I said, I want to make sure, guys, I'm a goofball with a cell phone. Trust me, I'm as simple as it comes. And I got up at midnight. Okay, I set the thing up. I put my logo and I got to represent Keno Nation right here. And then my wife goes, that looks good. I go, let's go. I got up, took a shower. I saw sister was on this morning from Yamava.
Yeah.
So because it pinged to my phone, and I go, look, send her some love, and then I go, let me go get ready. So I'm excited for today. I've been looking for this for about a month.
Me too. As soon as I booked you, I've been excited about it. Super Squirrel's in the house right now.
Super Squirrel.
Excuse me, my voice is a little bit gone. Chumba Queen says, my boss is out until the 4th. I only have to answer the phones, which they never ring. Hey, you better hope they ring, or else you're going to be out of a job.
I don't drink coffee a lot, but I drink coffee for you today, so it's coffee Monday morning coffee.
Hey, Gamblers Unknown says, what's the number, Chumba? He could give you a call so you're not bored. So where do we start? There's so much I want to ask you, but let's start with the personal stuff first.
Okay.
How long have you been married?
My wife and I have been together 31 and a half years. We've been married 27 and a half.
Okay. So 31 and a half years. Let's see how good.
I'm good with all the dates. I'm very romantic. We started dating on April 21st, 1991.
Well, that was going to be my next question. When and where did you meet her?
So we met at work. I've been at my job. Everybody knows, kind of know. I've been at SeaWorld since March of 1985. I've been there over 37 years, almost 37 years. And we got hired 7 days apart in different departments back when we were just kids. She was previously married, and we were best friends because back in the day, they used to have a lot of intramural, like basketball leagues and softball leagues and stuff for fun for the employees to do when we made no money. I mean, I was, for the young viewers, I made $3 an hour when I first started at SeaWorld. So and lived on my own. So you make do, you know.
Exactly.
I lived in a little downtown studio. Have you ever seen the movie the show Laverne and Shirley?
Yes.
And there's a window, all the feet go by the window.
Exactly.
I lived in one of those downtown San Diego. So I saw the feet go by the window.
I think you're aging yourself there. But Laverne and Shirley.
We were on all the sports teams together, and we were best friends. We did all the happy hours together, did all the fun stuff. And then when her marriage ended, this and that, we were best friends. I helped her do some things, get her moved out, and we didn't date. We became a couple because we were best friends, and I knew all of her quirks, and she knew all the goofiness that I am and what you have to tolerate, because sometimes I yap too much. We've been best friends since about 91 when I said, you know what, I'm kind of interested in you. And this was when she was going through the transition, and then we did one event together where we volunteer a lot. My wife volunteers a ton, so she volunteered for this thing where you take these ADA kids, and we call them kids. They work at SeaWorld, and we try to mainstream them in life events and how to work and how to do things and a normal thing. And every year they collected cans to make this thing called the Sacred Hearts, where you go, Happy Hearts, where you go to Disneyland on a reduced fare if you turn in a bunch of cans. So they had one of their chaperones cancel at the last minute. Said, Bubba, you want to go? I go, as long as I'm in Ellen's group, I'll go. And then that was our first, hey, I'm interested in you, you're interested in me. And we've been inseparable since that was April 21st, 1991. We let each other know that we cared about each other on that day.
Wow, that is awesome. SeaWorld, you know what? We probably crossed paths quite a bit.
You go a lot?
You and I used to live down in San Diego.
Okay, I didn't know that.
My first daughter was born right by San Diego State, Alvarado Hospital.
Alvarado, yes.
Yeah, my daughter was born there, and my oldest daughter was born there. We used to just have a blast down there. We would go down to the boardwalk, the beach, the roller coaster down there.
Yeah, Belmont Park. Yep.
Yeah, Belmont Park, and I was always taking her to SeaWorld and stuff. And she was born in 91, so.
Look at that connection already.
There goes the connection right there. But you sort of dated yourself, collecting cans and bottles. I remember when I was young, we used to be able to take our bottles down to the liquor store and get money for them.
Yes, they would give you the nickel right there at the counter, and then you could trade it for candy.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that's they don't do that anymore. But
no, my gosh, no. I mean, they're not even worth as much. It's not even as a general person. It's not even worth saving the bag to take down to the recycler bin, and you get $12 for 3 giant trash bags worth of cans. So we always donate those to the thing down the street.
So let's see who else joined us. We have Lolo Slots in the house.
Hey, Lo!
T-Town Gambler.
T-Town.
Squirrel. Sister Yoshi, of course. Newland Bonzu.
I've seen that name just recently.
And let's see who else joined.
This is my favorite part.
Ellen Spitzer's in the house.
Hey. I can't see the chat, honey. I need you. She's right over there.
Super Squirrel said he met his wife on an elevator in Chicago, and now they're getting ready to celebrate their silver anniversary.
Oh, that's
congratulations,
awesome.
Bro. Now,
so that has to be a story. An elevator, was it a frozen elevator, or was it one of those moments you just knew?
Or did she look over and say nice suit and you said CNR? The old commercials.
Exactly.
The owl is in the house.
This is my favorite part, and I love the interactions. That's the one thing that the incident on the lives. I mean, I'm friends with you now because we chatted on the thing. I'm friends with Chumba Queen. I'm friends with Chris and Lou, and they're in Florida. And
exactly.
I never would have met these people. I met Brian Quick Honey Sloth because I sent him a message on a thing because I love the way he did things. I said, dude, let's get together. And it created this group right here. Keno Nation was born out of the lives and the communication. And, I love, my favorite part of the whole thing is people. I've gambled my whole life. I've been gambling since I was a kid. But the interaction and meeting people, and because I love people. And it's my favorite part of this whole thing. Win or lose, I'm going to gamble the more. We budget for this.
Regardless.
But the interaction is my favorite part. I mean, to meet people like Chris and Lou and Chumba from Florida. And when we were at the Circa, and Chris and Lou's thing popped up on my phone, and I go, Ellen, drop me the comment. There's some people I want to meet. So, and here we are. I'm sitting in your office on a live stream, talking to Chumba Queen, who's 3,000 miles away. At the same time, I'm talking to you live
Exactly. And the one thing I could tell you, I mean, I got the story because of this, because of doing YouTube.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Rhino. As owner of Mint Mobile, my goal is to save our money.
We got some feedback there.
Mod for hire.
So I was lucky enough to get to meet Chris and Lou and Chumba. Not only meet them, but we did jump in a car and ride.
I heard that story. Together. You knew him for an hour, and he said, let's go, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, definitely. I mean that, and the camaraderie is
Yes,
if
it
you
is.
can,
It's immeasurable how much the
without a
friendships and the
doubt.
camaraderie, and we're all helping each other. And, hey, try this, and oh my God, and super chat, and I'll never ask for $1 from anybody, but the appreciation that you get from somebody slipping you $2
Yeah,
is immeasurable. You know what I'm saying?
exactly. So Sister Yoshi says one of the funniest moments was definitely watching on the live when Bubba was surprised by Chumba and Chris and Lou.
Oh, yes. When I showed up, I didn't know because they wouldn't let guests in the Cosmo that day, and there were hotel guests or dinner reservations only, and there's this massive line of about 300 people outside the door, the club's going on and all the things going on, and I run up in my cash out logo, my polo, and I go, I'm just thinking live stream, I have to get in there. And the guy's like, oh, you're a YouTuber, come on in. So then I don't know where you guys are at. I go, so I'm sprinting around the floor of the Cosmo, and I happen to notice you, and I go, oh, they're in that fenced-in area. I guess it was a high-limit room or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I go, there they are, and I walk up behind Chumbo, and just to look at Chris's face, because she said she didn't want to meet me, and I look at her, I'm just staring at her, and she all of a sudden she's like, oh, it was priceless. It's one of those moments that I'll never forget because I got to meet people. You know, Chumba's so fun. Chris and Lou was so fun, and I got to meet him in person in a town that's 2,500 miles from them and 500 miles from me, and it never would have happened for moments like this. I mean, I consider them friends that they'll be my friends forever.
Exactly. I mean, that's one of the funniest parts, especially I think that was like a Friday night or a Saturday night.
It was. And now I just went live at Circa, and we were going to go to dinner, and it popped up on my top of my phone. Tell me off. Let's go.
If you there's a trick for Cosmo. If you're not staying there, always have your player card with you, because for whatever reason, Friday and Saturday nights they shut it down and they only let guests and people that are going to the restaurants in.
Yeah.
But you show them your player's card and you could come in. That's future reference.
That player's card, it's come in handy quite a few times in over the casino. We go to all the casinos, you know. They let the players in. They bring your bankroll, sir, and let the players in, you know.
Well, Slot Sister's in the house.
Slot Sister, where are you at? I want to talk to you. I know I just talked to you on the floor. I got the chat now. There's Yoshi. What's up, my man? Slots of Ben. Oh, man, your chat room's getting filled up here, sir.
Yes, it is. We got a lot of people coming in.
Ben Gallet.
So we're gonna get to Circa right now.
Yes.
Wait, we still haven't found
your list. I told my job. I go, I'm coming in late today. I'll spend all morning. I have nothing to do until I say I'm going to go to work.
Okay, perfect. Kids, 31 years. How many kids?
So we have a 33-year-old son that I'm his stepfather. That we inherited as a couple from their previous marriage. U.S. Navy veteran, currently going to school. Yeah, thank him for his service. He had some top secret. He was a yeoman in a nuclear submarine. Now that he's out, and he does some things he still can't tell us where he went. You know what I'm saying? Those things.
Yeah.
So, and now he's going to school for cybersecurity. So he's taking his GI Bill, and he's doing real well with that. And then I have my youngest son that I brag about all the time. He's in his. I've got one more semester of college tuition to pay for. This is the last one coming. It's a big deal.
Hey, we're in the same boat. My son this will be his last semester.
Yeah, so he's a senior at San Diego State University, and he's going to graduate with a media studies with an emphasis on journalism degree, and he wants to be somebody's social media rep. That's his plan, or he wants to be a sports writer. So he's currently pretty big deal. There's a local paper in the college area there called the East Village Times. He's now one of their sports writers. He's actually published 4 articles about Aztec sports and Aztec basketball, and he's actually a fantastic writer. So I'm pretty proud of that too. So
hey, you have him a business right here. He could be social media rep for all of the slot channels.
So it's so funny when I started. He, if you want how I started, I'll get into that. But he started a video games YouTube channel but he was so busy he couldn't focus on it because he was a full-time student, full-time employee, and trying to manipulate a YouTube channel. It's a lot. YouTube channels are fun. It's a lot more work than people know.
Exactly.
I've heard people say it's a grind. I actually enjoy it, but the editing and the splicing and the thing, and if you don't get it right, you're obviously your worst critic because that didn't come out right, or let's take this 10 seconds off, or put this 5 seconds back on, and all these other things. I know you guys that are out there doing it. You guys all experience the same thing. So,
I wished I would have taken a lesson from my son. Way back when he was 9 years old, he started.
They're smarter than us,
Yeah, he started a YouTube channel watching Minecraft.
Oh, that's huge on YouTube.
He was doing that for the longest time, and had I taken that note from him and started back then, who knows where I'd be now?
Yeah,
because I used to gamble at way back then too. So, speaking of gambling, when did you start gambling?
So much like who did you talk to recently that said they started playing nickel, penny, dime with your grandparents? So that was somebody. One of your recent shows said the same thing. I think about 5 or 6 years old, we used to play penny, nickel, dime poker, and if you come out of there $2 ahead, it was a huge night. So
yeah,
that's like the indoctrination. So then, and around my teenage years, made my first trip to Las Vegas as a 19-year-old, and I had a mustache. My nickname in high school was Pops because I was the oldest looking guy on campus, so they called me Grandpa for a while. And in high school at San Diego High downtown.
You used to be able to go in and buy the beer, right?
Oh, I was the guy that he's called, but I didn't drink. I was a really. Here's what's going to surprise you, and I'll get back to the story. If you watch my channel, I kind of go on these tangents. I tell stories because my life is nothing but a story for me. So I was extremely shy. I didn't talk to anybody when I was growing up. I was a Navy brat. My dad was served in overseas. I was born in Japan and in Yokosuka, and I came back to the United States when I was 3 months old. So everybody asked, "Oh, you know Japanese?" No. My wife's Japanese. I know more Japanese from being married to my wife than I did growing up as a kid. But we moved. I went to 9 different elementary schools growing up. So making friends as a youth is tough.
Yeah.
And then making it 9 times over, I crawled into my shell. My older brother he would overdo the friend thing. My younger brother in the middle, and I chose to just go into my little shell and I would play a lot of sports and let my sports do my talk, and I didn't say a whole lot of things. And then I'll never forget that I was about 21 years old. I just broke up with my one and only like long-term serious relationship, and I was really shy that whole time, and I got about 21 and a half, and I go, God, being shy sucks. It just sucks because you don't get out there. So I literally made a conscious decision. I'm just going to throw myself into conversations until it kills me. And now I talk too much.
Hey.
So, but it works for me. So gambling. So about 19 years old, we got into, me and 2 guys drove to Vegas as 19-year-olds, knowing but I did get away with it. Never got carded. But we got to be smart. We can't hit a jackpot because if you hit a jackpot, you don't win because they take your money, they check your ID.
Yeah.
So we were walking into this. We were at Slots of Fun. We drove into Slots of Fun. Slots of Fun, right by Circa, which is still there. It is a dive of a dive now. Well, now when we went to the Strip, it was still the Sands, the Stardust, the Maxim was still there. All these casinos that these younger crowd that you have didn't even know existed because the Strip is completely different than it was back in those days. Downtown, the Fremont experience didn't exist. I'll get to that, Gamblers Don't Know. We'll get to the. He has a logo question too. I have an alternate logo and my thing. I'll get to that. A lot of fun. So we sat down. We watched a lady playing Keno, and I go, "What's she playing? Bingo?" And I'm like, never seen the game before. Then you watch the old school bingo things, and you see the Keno Lounge, and I go, she was playing one. Back then, it was just one card Keno, just straight Keno. There was no manipulated games. There was no gimmick games. And she hits a hand crank, and then she hits another hand crank. And I go, "This lady's killing. What are you playing?" She goes, "Oh, I'm so good." And she's probably in her 50s, and we're 3 19-year-olds, and she hands us all. And back then, you had to feed the quarters. You had to go, "Okay, you want to bet $1? 1, 2. I mean, gambling took time with buckets of change. Your hands would get all black and filthy from the coins. And she gives, good luck, guys. She hands us all a roll of quarters, $10 worth. And I go, "Okay, I can't bet 7 numbers because that would be 1,700. I want to win some." So I was betting 6 numbers. I had 5 out of 6 3 times in about 10 minutes for $210. And I thought we drove into town with $100 thinking let's go. We got $100 is now nothing now, but I'm thinking about that day. It was $100 was supposed to last 3 days.
Yeah.
That's with the hotel and the food. And we stayed at the Hacienda. The room rate was $7.77 at the Hacienda,
Wow.
which is now the Monte Carlo.
Exactly.
And so we went to Circus buffet. It was $2.99 for breakfast, $3.99 for lunch, and then $4.99 for dinner. So you eat, that's a $10 a day, and in 17. So 2 nights at $17 a day. So then you had about $65 to gamble with. So I sat down and won $210 and thought I was the king of the world. But by the end of that night, of course, what do? You put it all back in because this game's easy, and you know, we've all been there. So my first real gambling in Vegas was 19. Now, I've done multiple forms of gambling. I used to own racing dogs. I do a lot of horse betting. I did at least a lot of. I mean, I've tried every angle. My buddy and I bought racing dogs, and this is a funny story too, because we bought 4 dogs in a litter, and 2 of them ran in Massachusetts. And it used to be a really big industry. It's a dying industry. I think there's only maybe 2 tracks left in the country, but there were tracks everywhere when we did it. And each dog was $3,500. And I go to my wife, I go, hey, do you mind if I invest in this opportunity? you gotta sway the lingo to make sure your wife buys in, right? So she gotta go ahead. I'm gonna do it. That'll be my Christmas present. You go and buy. So each dog was $3,500. So we invested $7,000 each, and it was I didn't make no money, and my wife was pregnant at the time, so I'll never get this story. So he didn't tell his wife. He just invested the $7,000. So we're having the baby shower, and I call, hey, Mindy, how you doing? Is Mike around? And she's, hold on. I didn't know she did. I go, hey, Mike, everybody coming to this baby shower knows we own the dogs. You may want to mention something because it might come up in conversation. I didn't realize she didn't hang up the phone. So she heard me. She heard me warn him. So they showed up obviously an hour late because they had to always tell your spouse what you're doing. Keeps you out of trouble. Tip from Uncle Bubba right there. Tell your spouse what you're doing. So the dogs ran 2 in Massachusetts and Raynham, Taunton, and hey, there's a super chat. Wait for slots. Thanks so much. Appreciate it, guys. Support Rhino. He's doing some fun stuff. He's getting us all involved in the community. Please support RhinoManSlots. So they ran in Massachusetts, did really well, and then a couple dogs that ran at Derby Lane down in Florida. Derby Lane's a big track.
Yeah.
And I think I don't even know if it's running anymore. But so I did that. We did a horse picking thing for a while. Did a lot of sports betting. Had a lot of bad beats with the guy, you know, the punter running backwards to get a safety to cost you this, you know, all these. I mean, I have a million, you know, we've all.
Oh, yeah. I have a ton of stories about sports betting.
They
go sideways so quick.
So quick. I mean, the one I told a story, and I did a couple of interviews. I interviewed a blackjack card counter. He was a nice guy. But I told the one football bet that almost made me quit sports betting was the line is 2.5, Arizona State, and Arizona State's up 4 with 6 seconds to go, and they're punting. Just have to get the punt off 6 seconds to go. In a great coaching decision, they're punting from the 30. He catches the ball and runs backwards out of the back of the end zone to give up a safety, but runs the clock up. So they win by 2. I go, like, you gotta be kidding me. So I go, sports bets are heartbreaking.
Oh, without a doubt, they're heartbreaking.
they're heartbreaking.
Okay, so when I got into sports betting, I must have been, you know, early when I was 19, maybe 20, 21. We used to have this this guy that would sell the parlay cards.
Yes.
Not sell them. He would give us the parlay cards to get people to do them. And he owned a Thai restaurant. We would go over and pick up the cards, sell the cards $5 each or whatever they're going to bet on the parlays and turn them back up to him. He'd give us dinner. We would hang out there every Friday night and stuff. But we started watching these betting on games. It made the game so much more interesting.
Absolutely. Yes.
Because you got money on them and you're like, but when you have a story like that where the guy kneels down at the 1 yard line.
Yeah, and he could run in. He's unguarded, and he's going to run in for a touchdown.
He could run in for a touchdown, but he kneels down on the 1 yard line, and you needed that 1 point. You just needed 1 point. Kick a field goal or So it's
because
definitely
it's a smart play because the clock continues to run.
Yeah.
but it costs you. Also, that's a fantasy football thing too. He does if he scores a touchdown. It, we're big into fantasy sports too. I've done everything.
Yeah, definitely. Brian Maloney's in the house. Thank you for
Brian
joining.
Maloney, he's going to meet me. He's one of our loyal viewers. He's going to come play with us at Circa this weekend coming up.
Fantastic. Okay, let's go to Circa now.
Okay, cool. It's been a pretty wild story.
Let's see what Gamblers Unknown says. He says, I have one rule for sports betting: don't do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah, before we get to Circa, we were in Circa. Some guy in front of me at the betting window. I bet the Aztec game against Vegas, but he dropped $100,000 on a game, and I listened to. He goes, "Give me 10 dimes on these guys," and I go, "Well, I'm gonna just watch that line," and he lost.
Yeah.
Can you imagine losing $100,000 on a game?
Wow, I couldn't. But Circa, that sports book is incredible.
Insane. It's insane.
It is, and I could picture you there playing Keno right there behind.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's heaven.
Yeah, definitely. So tell us about Circa, and are you sponsored by them now? Did that work out? How
Okay, so doing my channel, and I give my email out, hey, if you want to be part of the Cash Out Crazies, which I encourage you guys to do. I did a Cash Out Crazies tribute video last week with all the guys that have chimed in. So fun, because I want my viewers to be part of the show. So I did that. So I gave my email out 6 months ago or so, and I got an email from, hey, this is Eddie Villarreal. Love your channel. Please come film on my floor. And I'm like, cool. I mean, so now I have a place to go film. At the same time, that same email, I was getting banned at my local. So that's another story.
Yeah.
The same day I get banned at my local for doing nothing but being nice to people and filming, I get the email from the same day from Circa, Eddie Villarreal. So, okay, we got to contact us. Let's go. We've never been there. It's pretty cool. We always stay in the strip. We're pretty much, we always stay at the Wynn or the Encore. So he goes, let's check out Circa. He just comped us some rooms. I never met the guy. He comped us the whole 4-day weekend. And so we pull into town. I'm just expecting to film, right? And I called it Brian. Hey, Brian, get out here. We're going to be at Circa. Hey, Wayno and JoJo, all the Keno Nation. I got to represent Keno Nation. Where we at? Keno Nation got to represent. So the 5, we call them the 5 bad boys of Keno, if there's such a thing. So they all show up. Then they met me at Circa. So, hey, we get in town. So Brian goes, hey, I'm sorry, Eddie Villarreal goes, hey, we have a meeting set up with you and the social media team tomorrow morning. And they go, what? I go, no, don't worry about it. Just have some fun. Have some Monday night. We'll see you tomorrow morning. This is a Thursday. So Friday morning, we meet Kelly O'Connor, the head of the social media team, and Valerie Esposito and Eddie Villarreal. They take us to this nice lounge, which is kind of a VIP. And so anything's on the house. Take care of yourself. Get some food, get some drinks. And I don't drink. I'm not a drinker, and I don't drink much. But I had drinks that I never even heard of, and that were just, oh my god, that tastes really good. But the buzz for me. Yeah. So we're in this lounge, and she goes, hey, Bubba, we watch a lot of YouTube, and we want to make sure we talk to you this weekend. So. Kelly starts talking and say, hey, we've had some dealings before, because they were just the Golden Gate, and then he bought the Fitz and turned that into the D, and then now he created Circa. So he's a big Derek Stevens is a big time sports bettor and prognosticator. He has his own TV show that he does in Vegas. So they're saying we watch a lot of YouTube, and Brian Christopher has a show. We dealt with him when he first started, and we're going to link you up with him. Eventually, we'll put you together with him. And then Lady Luck, she's now all casino action with her partner, whose name I forget at the time. So we'll link you up. And I'm like, excuse me? And they go, no, don't worry about it. So we've watched a lot of YouTube videos, and the way you engage and how much fun you're having, win or lose, because the people need to know that you're going to lose too. And you don't mind showing that. And I go, well, yeah, win and lose is all part of it. And when things are bad, and Ellen and I go, God, Ellen, losing is part of it. So she's talking about the way you engage your guests and the way you invite your viewers to be part of your show. We want you to represent us on social media. I was like, what? I go, guys, and I say this all the time, I'm a goofball. I'm a goofball with a cell phone. And I said, no. You need to give yourself more credit. We invited you here for a reason. We want you to represent Circa on social media. I'm like, are you kidding me? And I was stunned. And I looked at Ellen, is this really happening? And Kelly goes, yes, it's happening. You just need to do mention Circa as many times as you can on your social media, put hashtag Circa Las Vegas, and we'll take care of the rest. So we were there to film. We went live 3 days in a row. So during our first, and I'm like, really? Oh, by the way, Bubba, do you want to go to the hockey game? We got tickets on the ice, center ice. You can go to the hockey game tonight. And I'm like,
wow.
okay. You want to go to Steakhouse? Well, sir, they're booked. Get Bubby at 8 o'clock. Bubby, you're in at 8 o'clock. So at the steak dinner, this is the first night I'm meeting these guys. I'm at the steakhouse. I'm going to the hockey game, and we're at the steakhouse, Barry's, which is off the chain, amazing. Yeah. It's the basement of the whole basement is the steakhouse. So you can walk down this elevator. I'm going to start walk down an elevator. That's impossible. Go down an escalator, and the entire bottom floor is the steakhouse. So we're waiting there, and Derek Stevens, the owner, he's a huge Michigan Wolverines supporter. He has this big Michigan sport coat. And hey, we got your reservation. Going to be a little delayed. There's a group coming in. The entire Michigan Wolverines basketball program's standing right next to me. There's Juwan Howard and Phil Martelli, and I'm a huge basketball nut. I used to coach high school basketball, and my son's a big basketball guy. And when I go, I'm Juwan Howard, and I'm not a celebrity hound. I don't ask for autographs, but I'm like, hey, there's Juwan Howard and Phil Martelli and the team. So they had dinner 10 feet from my wife and I, which is pretty cool. A huge group of boosters, and so we have the dinner at the steakhouse, and I'm like, Ellen, is this really happening? I'm like, I'm just a guy goofing off on YouTube, and now I've got a casino calling me. I didn't reach out to them. They reached out to me because he heard my email. So we film live the next day, and then Eddie Villarreal keeps walking. Hey, the owner wants to come say hi, and I go, the owner of what? He goes, the owner of the casino, and I go, so we're filming our first live Friday night. It's Circa, you'll see the title, go back to it. In the middle of the live stream, I noticed him standing behind me with his Michigan Wolverines sport coat on, and he puts his hand on my shoulder. Hey, Bubba, welcome to the family. Hey, everybody. And I go, so Brian goes, are you kidding me? The owner of the casino just come and said hi to kids. So it was one of those moments I go, I guess this is really happening, because he literally put his hand on my shoulder and said hi, and we welcomed. Thanks for the hospitality, sir, this and that. It was so cool, and we had 3 days of just absolute fun. Lost our ass. I mean, I lost a lot of money that weekend, but it didn't seem like it, because I'm now in with them. I'm going to see them again. We weren't staying there. We're going there this weekend for the New Year's haul. We've gone to Vegas 10 times for New Year's. We did a Wynn Gala. We did a State Line Gala. We've seen Justin Timberlake concert New Year's. We went to Shaka Khan a couple years ago. We always try to do something fun on New Year's in Vegas, because there's so many things to do. We even done 2 times. We just get on the strip and get your drink going, and the people watching in Vegas is just, and it's off the chain. I mean, because there's many forms of normal and abnormal, and in the middle, and and people get hammered and clothes start flying, and you never know. You never know. You never know. So
especially downtown.
Exactly. So we were staying at another property. And Eddie texted me like 4 days ago. He goes, hey, I know you're coming, but are you staying here? And I go, no, not this time. He goes, well, you are now. So he just texted me confirmation. Now I'm staying at Circa for 4 days. And
wow.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if everything they say is true in the context of Brian Christopher and all casino action happened. I'm just a little guy with a 1,300. I just passed 1,300 subscribers last weekend, and I'm having a blast. But with all the support of all the viewers and you and your show and getting out there, and then Circa literally reaching out to me. I don't know if it's a sponsorship, but they just take care of me, and I'm going to take care of them. And if that morphs into something, can you imagine being Brian Christopher level or all casino? I mean, really? Like, so I'm about 3 years away from retiring. Could this be my gig?
Who knows?
I'm going to do it anyway, but might as well have,
But who knows? Good things happen to good people. So,
I hear that a lot, and I'm really humbled by that. My whole thing is, my favorite word in the world is kindness.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're kind to people, it's infectious. It's an infectious thing. If you're smiling at somebody every day, that smile, you never know if you say hi to somebody, how would that change their day? They could be at a rough day. So I live every day in my life, and and I'm not saying this is what you should do, but I think every day is you be nice to somebody, because you never know what impact it makes. And
exactly,
I live that way every day. My wife and I, we volunteer a lot. She volunteered. We went live the other day with the Yoshis, and where's Ellen? Well, she volunteers. She belongs to the thing called Sons of Norway, where she provided a seniors dinner because she's half Norwegian, half Japanese. So she provided a seniors Norwegian dinner for all these seniors at the Sons of Norway last Saturday when Yossi was going live. I say, hey, Ellen's busy. Oh my God, Brian, the Spitzer Keno. I'm reading the thing, the Spitzer Keno Lounge.
It has a nice ring to it.
I like the way that sounds. So, yeah, the Circa thing is unbelievable. I'm going to let it play out. I'm not going to hinder anything. I'm just going to keep being me. And it's got me on your show. You know, that's, you know, I'm already a winner.
Karma and kindness, you know.
Yes, you know.
Definitely.
It's the way to live. And it's more, I always say it's more fun being nice to people. It's exhausting being angry.
It is.
It's exhausting.
People that get mad or upset,
that's
just them, you know.
Yep.
You can't let that affect you. But
I've had a couple of guys I had a guy at work, no one that works for us, and he would be angry with somebody every day. And I said, you know, I'm not your boss anymore. I just want to talk to you. I go, you're angry every day. I go, is it that hard every day to be? I go, you got to be tired. It's tiresome being, oh my God, he did this to me and he picked on me. And I'm like, dude, you're 50 years old. You still use the term he's picking on me? Come on, just come in. You're in the sunshine. You know, I work on the ocean by SeaWorld. You're in the sun every day. We're walking around in shorts as a uniform. You get to people watch all day long and do your job. It can't be that hard. Come on, just be kind once, and you change your whole attitude. You just walk and say, "How's it going, everybody?" You know, it would change the way you do it.
So the Gambler After Dark's in the house.
Yeah,
we have
love that guy. He's so fun.
Rockin' Rocco Slots joined.
So Rocco,
SoCal Girls in the house.
SoCal Girl, we wanted to get you in February. We'll talk about February in a little bit.
Yes, that's definitely coming up. So anyway, back to
sorry, I get going. I'm sorry, I get going. I talk a lot.
I know. I enjoy it. So the whole Circa thing. The point is, you're a small channel. This is for everybody out there that's watching this, that's going to watch it in the future. Just hammer away, be nice, and good things will happen. You know, if you're enjoying what you're doing, it's infectious and it catches on. And I think that's probably how you got their attention, because you are infectious when you're on camera, when you're doing your thing, you're happy, you're you know, and it spreads.
Yeah, thank you. I wish I had Mr. Handpay's bankroll and then be happy, but I'll stay with my bankroll.
Hey, you get to Brian Christopher's level, and you'll definitely have Mr. Handpay's bankroll.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. What else did we cover? Do you have any pets?
We don't. We have some fish. We're you know, we rip and run a lot, and my youngest, who still lives with us, and his girlfriend who's here a lot, they're begging for a dog, and I go, we're not home enough. Dogs need, you know, I work with animals every day. Dogs need attention more than you know, and I grew up with a dog. I had a dog from when I was 5 till I was 21. Tasha, this big white Samoyed husky, coolest dog ever. And
not the one you taught to race, right? No.
No, those are greyhounds. Thank you, Yoshi. Appreciate that comment. Thank you, man. That's really nice. So they're the nicest couple. So we have fish. So they've been begging for a dog, and I go, you realize you're a full-time college student and you're working. When are you going to have time to not only get your dog out there and exercise, but who's cleaning all the poop? You know, I've shoveled my last scoop of poop. You know, when we put the dog down at 21, she couldn't see anymore and having trouble walking. And I promised myself I would never own another dog, because it was hard when you're 5 years old until the dog was, you know, until I was 21. That dog was our family. Tasha, I'll never forget Tasha. And I go, I can't own a dog, because I can't have that moment again. You know, we all, as pet owners, I go, you guys have all done through it. It's fish. You know, you can sprinkle some in there. You do the little hose out, and my son takes care of all the tanks. So,
you work at SeaWorld, so you probably have some pretty.
Yeah, I mean, people think it's glamorous, but can you imagine? It's a dog times a million when it comes to poop. So,
definitely
walruses and sea lions, and it's just. I mean, and I'm in the life support. I run a life support. I run all the filtration, all the chemistry, all
Okay.
the life support system. That's my job.
So I have 2 dogs and 2 cats.
Yeah.
My dogs are I have a German Shepherd Doberman mix, and he is 170 pounds.
Wow.
And
And the
he
man of the house with those 2 breeds. Oh my gosh.
actually he's the biggest baby. He thinks he's like a little Chihuahua lap dog. And then I have a Border Collie Lab mix. And she's a pup. She's only 9 months old, but she's about 80 pounds. So I have some pretty big poops out there that I have to take care of. And getting them to the dog park is something else.
I bet. Good morning, number 70.
Number 17 is in the house. Yes, 70. Sorry, my phone's blowing up.
No, I'm having a blast.
Okay, so let's talk about your biggest win.
So my big, Mr. Handpay referenced this the other day when he was on your show. He says, he bets very big, but he still has yet to win more than 20,000. My biggest win is 20,000 on a $2 bet. Playing Keno. I was playing one card. I call it OG Keno. It's the original 1-card Keno. And this is actually a pretty fun story. So we were at a local Barona, and we got to the floor, and I was just a, what do you call it, gold, there's like bronze, silver, gold level. I was a gold level player. And this particular 9-day span, it was insane. There was a bank of 6 Keno machines, and I used to play a ton of craps going on, and I've had huge crap stories. I have a Charles Barkley crap story that's pretty funny. But on this particular week at Barona is 2015. There's this bank of 6 machines. So I sit down at the first Keno machine, and I bet $2, and I play 1 card. I play 8 spots on Keno. And if you guys all know me, I don't change. I play the same numbers. I've been playing the same numbers for over a decade, probably 13, 14 years. And I call it ringing the bell. And before I was filming, I was winning. So in 2015, I sit down the second spin, I get 7 out of 8 numbers for $3,300. And I'm like, let's go. So while I'm waiting to get paid, because the machine locks up, call it 10, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. I just slide over to the next machine over, and I'm playing that. First spin, hit it again, 7 out of 8 for another. I'm up 6,600. I'm up $6,600, and I played 3 spins. And I go, let's go home. Like, there's really no reason to stay. We went and had our free dinner and goofing off, and we go home, and I go, I want to go back, man. So 2 days later, we go back, and I go to the third machine, and I hit 7 out of 8 again for $3,000. So in the span of 2-3 days, I'm up almost $10,000. Wow. And I played a total of maybe 15 minutes. And it's just one of those, like, is this really happening? So in the span of 9 days, there's always somebody in the 6th machine. So in the span of 9 days, I went up and down this row of machines, and I hit the 7 out of 8 10 times for $33,000. And my investment was about $400 because I buy in and hit off of it. Yeah. So people stopped playing because there's that guy and he keeps hitting those damn machines. People are very superstitious. So finally, the 6th machine opens up, and I kept going hell. I go, I need one more number. I need one more. And then I sit down. I'm in for about, I'll never forget it. I had 128 quarters left of my first $100 buy-in. And it used to be right by all these blackjack and craps tables right there on the floor. And it goes, I hit the first 2 numbers. I hit 5 in a row in the middle. I hit the last number for $20,000 on a $2 bet. And I just go, it's crazy, right? Me, and I'm looking, there's a picture of me. They put it on the thing. I'm on the website, and they took a picture. They came over and hugged my machine. And I'm sitting there, and I just go, let's go. And all the blackjack tables stop, and they come surround me and this and that. And everybody, oh, it's big. And I go, oh, 20,000. What'd you bet? I go, $2. So they said, what do you want to get paid? I said, give me a $19,000 check and give me $1,000 cash. I tip everybody sitting around me. I give everybody, people I don't know, I give everybody on the bank, like 6 or 7 players. I gave everybody sitting there. I gave everybody $100. Wow. And I tipped the gal who paid me $300 or whatever it was, because I was down to just to the check. While I'm tipping everybody, my wife sits down. She wins $1,000 on a Keno spot, and we win all the tip money back. Wow. Isn't it crazy? That's crazy. We go home, and I'm driving home, and I go, I can't believe. And I sat there. Sir, you can play now. And I go, I know, but I want to stare at the screen. I just won $20,000, And I didn't play it for half an hour. I just sat there and I took a picture of it and I sent it to my brother and I sent it to my friends and I even posted on Facebook, hey, I just won $20,000. Oh my God, I couldn't have been a better, nicer guy and all these things. And then I go, did that just happen? So the host at the window, who became a really good friend of mine, Corey Cerveni, came over and I go, how close am I to the next level? And she goes, don't worry about it. We'll make you. They moved me to Diamond, which is the highest level, which is you get your car washed every week. You get your own parking space. We went to the steakhouse the rest of the day. That was in April of 2015. We went to the steakhouse probably 20 times the rest of the year. Never had to pay. I mean, what Mr. Handpay gets to live. What Mr. Handpay gets to live in his life, I got to do for about 1 month. So I came to December because it's impossible to maintain that level. It's like 500,000 points, and I usually average about 100,000 per casino. And if we focused all play in one place, but we like to go everywhere else. There's 11 casinos in San Diego. We go to them all, because everybody has some different offer. So then my next two jackpots, which I was on Cundy's live stream on our anniversary, June 30th, 31st, we're on his live stream, and I'm sitting there, and I'm on his chat, I'm his mod or whatever, and I'm just playing a machine next to him, and I hit 2 minutes, maybe 10 minutes into his live stream, I hit for $12,000 on a $3 bet.
Wow.
And I'm just going bonkers. And this is at Bellagio. This is like 6 months ago. And for $12,000 on a $3 bet. And I'm like, what? And I'm goofing off, and it became really fun. 3 weeks later, we're at Harris SoCal where we're meeting in February. And my wife she sat at the same machine for 4 hours with a $300 buy-in. And she just hit this link machine over and over and over again. And I lose my $500 bankroll, and I walk ahead going, she turned 300 into 1,800 just by winning 200, 300, 100. And I go, you haven't moved. She goes, no, I keep winning. I keep winning. This is so fun. I go, can I get $100? So I take $100 and I sit down, and these Buffalo Keno machines, and I just hit it the other day. It's $1 max bet. It's 4 quarters of the max bet. I'm like, well, my brother just won over in Oregon, and he hit 9 out of 10 and a 4-time for like $7,900 or whatever it was. And I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, these buffaloes go running across the screen. I'm like, what is that? I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
And 9 out of 10, and the 8-time symbol hit. And I'm like, going, and I'm like, so $16,000 on a $1 bet. Max bet. It's counting up. And you can look. I posted it about 4 or 5 videos ago. It's insane. And it just, so 20,000, 16,000, and 12,000. The total bet was $6 between all 3 bets.
See, those are monster wins right there.
Monster, yeah. That's 16,000 to 1.
Wow.
I mean,
I'm surprised that I haven't ran into you at Harris SoCal. I live down there. When I heard you film there, I go, we probably see each other. Just didn't know. We probably have, because I've lived down there all through COVID when they were still open. I was down there the whole time. Filming and everything else. So I
see Ben's question. There are many different kinds of Keno. Which ones are the better ones to play? I play now and again, but not very often. So that's a great question. And I do a tutorial. I do a couple things called detailed strategies. I call the Cleopatras and the Cavemans and the 4-card Cleopatras, and they have the Buffalo Keno. I call them the gimmick games because basic Keno, it's an old school thing. Like you go to the old Keno lounge, you play $1, and there's a smoky person going, okay, that's number 27. And then the pink ball fills the thing. That's the old Keno style, but they made it into a machine. So for return on investment, you should play the straight Keno game, which is regular Keno. And then you got to make sure, because Keno, some houses, they doctor the pay scales depending on what you're betting. So like one of the locals here, for the lower denominations, and you should always, and I do this in my detailed strategy, is if you're betting 5 spots, you should go to the machine and put in 1 nickel or a dime or a quarter, whatever it is, and just bet 1 nickel and pick 5 numbers. If the numbers anywhere from 750 return on the 5 spot or 838, which is the best. Barona is very good. All their Keno machines pay straight Keno at 838 credits for 1 credit on a bet. And on a 7, this is how you measure, like when you go to video poker, how much does the flush and the full house pay, right? So when you go to Keno, so when you go to Keno, look at the 5 spot and the 7 spot. That's your measurement of how a casino is paying off. Because sometimes, even in the same machine, if you're not paying attention, The nickel and dime denominator payout is less than you get for a quarter. So when I say that is you can bet one nickel and or a quarter or a dollar, but if you're betting a nickel or a dime at the local, I will never mention because they banned me. I'll never mention. But they sneaky on the nickel and the dime on instead of 838, they paid 400. And like, don't ever. And so I go, guys, never play this machine. But at a quarter, they pay 810. So always play if you're looking for return on investment. Hey, Simon, good to know. Thank you. I can't wait to be on your show. You said January. I'm looking forward to seeing you, Simon. So if you're playing, it's either straight Keno, one card Keno, 4-card Keno, or the multi-card 20-card with the correct payout is the most return on investment because it's straight payouts. When people think Keno games are low-paying games, they're not low-paying games. They're high-paying games. Because a $2 bet hitting 8 out of 8 was $20,000. I see people pump, and I love the link games too because they're fun. I love getting the fireballs. My wife's favorite game is Fireball or Ultimate Firelink or the Lightning Link games because she's my wife now owns me because she has a bigger jackpot than me on a 50-cent bet, and I'll tell you a story in 1 second. But the Keno games play the straight Keno games, and if you look at my thing on the multi-cards, overlap your numbers, and I call it the bell because it's hard to hit a number. It's hard to hit a number, right? So you want to hit it more than once. So if you hit the number 14, you want to hit it on multiple cards. So I would recommend for return on investment playing the straight Keno games, and for enjoyment reasons, the Cleopatra, the Cavemans, and all the other little gimmick games, the 369s and the 246s and all the other things. If you see my videos, like my last video I did live, I showed the screen. There are 12 different Keno games on the screen. I watch all the lives. They walk around. They got to go from machine to machine with their tripod. They walk around filming the carpet. I just pick a different game, and it's so comfortable. And they've made Keno, I don't know, not a fashionable game or a game that you can play because they've doctored it up to give all, because people love bonuses. They love free plays. Yeah. But for return on investment, play the OG game, which is the 1-card, 4-card, or 20-card with the correct payout. So when you log into a Keno, you put your money in, make sure the payouts are correct because you're investing. You want to get your return, correct return. So if you're getting, I would say, if you're gambling, gamble correctly. It's a slot machine still. Yes, it's still an RNG. Yes, it still has its own math going on in the background. I always talk about it's slot machines are like you go to an arcade and you have that one with the lights going around in a circle and you stop it on the light. Slot machines are playing that game with a cover so you can't see the light. You know, that's what an RNG is. You don't know where the light is at because they got a cover on it. You're hitting the button hoping it lands on a thing. You know.
So SoCal Girl says, does your wife play your numbers too, or does she have different numbers of her own?
Great question. So my wife is those aren't working. She plays with numbers, but she has like 6 different sets of numbers. She changes based on her feel, and you'll never hear me say, "Oh, I was just there." She says it all the time. She moves. Oh my God! She loves 1 through 7. She loves 1 through 10. She loves the 8 box in the first 2 quarters.
I heard you say that on your live the other day, yesterday actually.
Yes, yes.
And that's one thing I like about the way that you play is because you keep your same numbers, but I love the interaction that you give with everybody that's watching. You give them a chance to guess numbers as well.
Yes, it's the funnest part. It's instant. It's instant. And I'm not trying to buy viewers, but it gives the viewers, they're playing on my channel.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
And that's what I say. The interaction part is my favorite part. Is the Michelle Winter, the Maryland Winners, and the Lindas and the Brian Maloney's. Here, give me your numbers, guys. When we do 20 card, it's chaos because it's okay. We got to fill out 20 cards of numbers, and they all get to say. And that's the fun part for me is the interaction. And I'm still trying to hit a hand pay with the viewer numbers. I don't even know what I'll do, but I want to give it. Yeah.
I don't think your wife likes that part because she has to go back and find the numbers.
I always go mod for hire, because there are sometimes I'll look over and she's playing her slot machine. She has her phone upside down, laying on the thing. I go, Ellen, you're supposed to be helping me. Her phone's turned upside down and not even watching. So, oh my God, she's so. If you guys ever meet Ellen, she's an angel of a person. She's so fun to be around. I'm one of the luckiest guys in the world because I get to hang out with my best friend. Awesome. And we've been best friends for 30 years. But I'll say she was playing Lightning Link. This is a fun story about biggest jackpot because hers is bigger than mine. Let me rephrase that. She has the bigger jackpot than mine. We went to the casino and we had just come off a kind of a losing week, couple bucks lost. And I said, hey, I have $85 free play at the casino. let's just go get our dinner and get our free rice cooker or whatever they give away. Everybody has. We have a garage full of gadgets. Like our kids are gonna reap the benefits of all of our gadgets we've collected over the years because their kids are gonna be stocked with free gadgets. So I'm 85. So I went to one of my favorite games, not Keno, is Mayan Chief. With great stacks, which is it's a hugely tall machine, and then if you get the stacks, you get the free game. So
Yeah.
I play my $85 free play while she's in line for the restaurant. I hit for $900. I go, this is a free night for us. We were 10 minutes from my home. It's literally at the freeway, and my sister came in for lunch. She was in town from Dallas, and let's take her to shopping. There's an outlet mall across the street. So she drove to the bank. She goes, I brought 100 back each, and I go, okay, we're not going to play our own money. So I go back to Mayan Chief. I lose in like 10 minutes, and I hear this, get over here, and I go, that sounds like my wife. And so I run over to because I know she's playing Lightning Link, Tiki Fire, which is her favorite one. And there's this giant crowd surrounding. I'm like, oh, hey, I'm her husband. And it's COVID time. Back off, give her room. And I walk up. She filled the screen with the balls.
Oh my God.
For $23,000. But here's the crazy part. That's the fun part. The funny part is, if you look at the bottom screen, she had no money left in the machine. It was on the lucky chance spin for 50 cents.
Wow.
She got on a 250 bet. She hit the lucky chance for 50 cents, and it's with the major. She hit the major and filled it up on a 50-cent bet.
Wow, on the lucky chance spin.
On the lucky chance spin.
I've only hit the major on the lucky chance spin, but I've done that twice. Haven't filled up the grand yet, but the major.
Yeah, the filling up the board is the rare moment. Yoshi just did it the other day, and he posted a video. His girlfriend did it probably 8-9 months ago. I saw Oh Yeah Slots did it twice this year.
Yes.
It's impossible, but it does happen. So she did it on 50 cents. And so she owns bragging rights in the house. She's got 3,000 more than I do.
Oh, you got to beat that. Chumba wants to know where to apply for your mod.
Go to james@jscashout.com.
Okay, so now let's get to the special event in February.
Yes.
Now, are you going to be giving us Keno tutorials down there? Are we going to spend
Absolutely.
an hour?
I can't wait to collab with Chumba. I can't wait to collab with you, Slot Sister, Chris and Lou. And I'm going to get you all as part of my Cash Out Crazy, where you tell me your name, where you're from, and it's time to cash out. So fun. I love that my viewers are taking part in that. So this February event, and I think I texted you the thumbnail just so you knew what was going on. So I've hosted with Brian in Vegas 3 Keno Nation gatherings, and one of the viewers, and I'll give his name, Anonymous. I think you guys have all seen him on the chats once in a while. Anonymous. He emails me and says, hey, I can't ever make your Vegas events. Would you mind putting together a Southern California version so I could go? And I go, that's a great idea. And I didn't think, I'm still new at this. So I said, sure. So I just mentioned it a couple of times in one of my videos. Hey, I'm going to put together a Southern California version. The response was unbelievable. So we now have a name for it. And today's the official announcement. It's called Everyone's Slots, the SoCal edition. And we want the viewers and the channels to come. We want to see our supporters, and that's my whole thing. We want the viewers to be there. So it's February 11th and 12th, and it's going to spill into Sunday the 13th. Friday night is the meetup. I've got rooms. I've worked with this in Harris, Southern California, which you were very frequent of.
Yeah.
I've reached out to their group sales planning team. I reached out to the gaming office. So I've already sent the 12 channels that have committed. I've already sent all your links to them, so you guys have all had permission to film already. Yeah. Chumba, Chris and Lou, all these guys that are coming in town. I'll give you the list of attendees here in a second. It's already. I'm announcing it officially on your show, which is pretty cool.
That's fantastic.
I've mentioned it softly a couple of times on my channel, but today is the official unveiling. And here's the list of the channels showing up: RhinoMan slots, Yoshi slots, Lolo slots, TV slots committed yesterday.
Nice.
Chris and Lou are flying in from Florida. Chumba Queen is flying in from Florida. Slotty by Nature they're trying to fit it in, and with some street cred. Yes, Chumba Queen says, sweet. I can't wait to see you guys again. I've reached out to, because he plays at Harris occasionally when he films, NG Slots. He's responded to me saying, hey, my schedule looks good. I should be there. So, but I don't want to put his name on the thumbnail yet because I want to make sure he's committed. I've reached out to Naomi Slots because she's at Yamava. There's Keno ladies coming. Fred Slots and stuff is coming.
Slots
Viewers,
is gonna be
coming.
there.
I mean, it's a month and a half away, give it almost 2 months away, and the response has been unbelievable. The viewers, Anonymous is coming, Off Duty Beauty's coming, Nicole Wyman's coming. There's so many viewers that are going to be there as well, and so I'm going to share your link. We're going to talk about this, and I'm going to do a live video tomorrow night talking about just this event.
Okay.
But I want to take advantage of your show to say officially about if you were in Southern California, middle February 11th and 12th and 13th, please, everyone slots, the Southern California edition, come on and see. You're going to meet all your channels that you love to watch. RhinoMan, Kristen Lou, Chumma Queen, Lolo, Yoshi, myself. The thumbnail is going to come out tomorrow. It'll probably come out today. Fit some time because I'm all about the community of the slot channels. 2020 has been a crap. I've had a really tough year. I lost my dad in January. I lost my mom and my stepfather 2 months ago. And at the same time, the community of the slot channels has been unbelievably healing for me because of the community and the camaraderie. And I don't want to get emotional on your show, but it's been a very tough year for me. I've lost my family, and it's been tough. So, but meeting people like you and Brian and Michelle from Cincinnati and Keno couple from Minnesota and John, Big Daddy Keno from Minnesota, who've reached out, Rhino and JoJo, and all the viewers who know my tough time this year, it has been really a healing thing. And meeting people that when I saw you guys, when I said, I got to go see these people at the Cosmo, and I met you guys for 20 minutes. And it was such a fun 20 minutes to give Chris and Lou a hug, to give Chumma Queen a hug, to give you a hug and a handshake, and meet Slot Sister and give her a hug. And because I see you guys, I'm fans of all you guys. I'm fans of, 2020 has been tough, but at the same time, it's been so rewarding. You know what I'm saying?
Bittersweet.
Yes. So 2022, it should be, we're going to kick it off. We're going to kick it off with a bang in February. So to meet all these guys that I look up to, what does Yoshi say here? Yeah. So, but I also want to give credit to Lolo and the Yoshi family are also helping me plan this. Yoshi is behind the thumbnail creation. Lolo and sister Yoshi and my wife are handling the food and bev portion. But I've got the rooms. So what I'm asking you to do, if you want to be part of the show on February 11th and 12th, email me at james@jscashout.com. I will tell you the code word to use to book a room. I've already have 15 rooms set aside at a casino player rate. It'll be a reduced rate for the hotel for that weekend. It's Valentine's weekend, and they've already given me 15 rooms for all the channels going to come on site. I've asked for door prizes. All the channels, if you're a channel participating, I want you to bring some merch to give to our viewers. That we're there to support our viewers who support us every single day. So if you've got stickers or hats or wristbands or whatever, bring a bushel of them to hand out to all the people that show up to watch us. So I'm asking that. My one request from all the channels that show up is to have fun, but bring something to give away because we want to support our supporters who support us every day.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So shows like yours is a great venue to break this out. I'm still in awe that you invited me. I'm pretty sincere about that.
No, I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah. So Sister Yoshi just said my brother made an amazing thumbnail. He did. So we're gonna post Yoshi. We'll post that tonight. I'll call you later. We'll post that tonight. I'm working till 8 o'clock tonight, so it won't be tonight. I'm tired tonight. Let's post it tomorrow, and I'll do a video tomorrow night when I get off of work. And it'll be a 3-4 minute live video, and we'll get all the details in there, and it's gonna be fun. I look up to all you guys, and we're gonna be in the same room at the same time. And
I think that's gonna be the crazy part because knowing Harris SoCal, they got that one floor, and I can only imagine 20 or 30 YouTube channels on that floor. It's gonna be insane.
Yes, insane. And we support each other, and I cheer from you from afar. And I have become great friends with Lolo and Brandon, and I've never met her. Lolo and I talk on the phone and we chat all the time. I had this and that, and she asked for some advice on what should I do with this and that, and talk about a sweetheart of a couple. Brandon's the strong, silent type in the background, but he always makes her laugh. And Lola's they're such a great couple. I've made friends with.
Speaking of Lolo, I could make this announcement right now. Yesterday, I ended up going over to Yamava for a little while. I had to drop some stuff off to was that yesterday or the day before? Anyway, so I saw Lolo there.
Yeah.
And got to spend a few minutes with her just talking.
Yeah.
And on January 6th, she's going to be on the nightcap edition of RhinoManSlots.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I'm so looking forward to that. She is such a sweetheart. Her and her husband,
yes.
Great couple.
Great couple.
Can't wait to get them on here and start.
I remember Keno Kid and Keno Candy. Here's the cringe point. So they just got engaged at Granny Fest. Everybody knows that fun moment. They committed to the event, and she has a dress fitting for her wedding dress on February 12th. She's postponing the dress fitting to be at the event.
That's awesome.
How humbling is that? So they were on my live last night. They were on my live yesterday morning, and he goes, not only that, but I have to relocate my wedding date because we're in February. So,
and that's Super Bowl weekend too.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you chose us. Hey, you get to go to the Super Bowl. You can still go to the Super Bowl. It's on Sunday, so.
Well, who knows?
So we're going on a little Ensenada cruise. So I was trying to make it far enough out we could plan. I wasn't thinking about football. In San Diego, we lost our team, so the football pro thing is not as alive as it was back in the Charger days. But I was a huge Charger fan, season ticket holder for a long time, and I don't care if they win or lose anymore. Do I cheer for them? Yeah. Do I care if they lose? No.
Well, you're a Charger fan back in the Dan Fouts days.
Oh my God, that's my number. My favorite number is 14 because of Dan Fouts.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Man.
Couple more parting questions here.
Yeah.
With the event, 11th and 12th, we know about it. You'll have the thumbnail out. That's fantastic. Yep. Looking forward to meeting you, meeting everybody that's going to be going. But is there one channel out there out of all of the channels that are out there that you absolutely have to meet?
Wow. Wow. That's hard. When I first started, when I first started watching slot channels, I remember when Lady Luck HQ was a $2 better. I remember when she was a $3 better. Now she's a $100 better. I don't know what they do for a living, but they both stopped working, and now they travel all over. And it was, and I reached out because she plays at the Win a lot, but she plays everywhere. She's huge. I like everybody. I wanted to meet. I thought Naomi was, because when she goes on her lives on Wednesdays, and I know she's got a really busy work schedule. I always thought Naomi, because Naomi pushed everybody's channel.
Yeah.
She get in there and everybody, all your mods, please share all the links. And I go, man, that's the right way to do it, because you take care of your people who are taking care of you. Yeah. I would love to shake her hand. I can't wait to meet Lolo. Lolo's and Brandon. I couldn't wait to meet Chris and Lou, and I got to meet Chumba Queen, who I'm a big fan of, because she's so fun and they do everything. I didn't know. I thought Chumba was their daughter, because
a lot of people get that. A lot of people say that.
They're never apart. So when they were live in Atlantic City last night, I was on their live, and everybody's like, "Where's Chumba Queen? Where's Chumba Queen?" Well, she's in Florida working. Well, now I know she's sitting by a phone waiting to work. I want to meet everybody. I can't wait to meet, if they really meet Brian Christopher. I can't wait to meet All Casino Action. Like, I'm meeting Kelly Slot 500 Club. I'm meeting them this weekend in Vegas.
I met her too. She's awesome.
She's so nice, and we've reached out via chat now that we're going to meet up on Sunday, because she's out of town, but she just moved to Vegas for work now. And I think Jamie's rearranging his Louisiana, because they're in Louisiana, but they're rearranging to go to Vegas. Talk about the nicest people. Zeta from Lucky Lee. She got her start. She's only been going like a year. She's got like 10,000 subscribers. She's so bubbly and fun, and just adorable that people ask on. I don't have any one. I want to meet them all. I want, but more importantly, I want to meet all my viewers, and with these events, and I'm going to Vegas. I'm meeting Brian Malone. I'm meeting Shaka Slots this coming weekend.
Shaka's awesome.
Shaka's awesome. I can't wait to meet Shaka. I'm meeting Brian. I'm meeting Uncle Paulie. Uncle Paulie, who lives in Vegas. We were in our live stream. This is a great story. We were in our live stream in Circa during the event, and there was a channel, or there's a viewer called Animal Mother. Always assumed it was a female, and we have Platinum AZ there with us. We have Keno Rich. We have a couple that I met on a cruise ship a year and a half ago before the thing. They drove out and met us and hung out with us for 2 days at Circa. So there's this person, Animal Mother, and she goes, "Hey, I'm on my way. I live across town. I'm about an hour away." So this lady drives in, and we're playing. He walks up, "Hey, I'm Animal Mother," and it's a guy. And I'm like, "Oh my God, I never would have guessed." And he goes, "I'm on break. I just wanted to. I feel like I'm your friend. I just wanted to shake your hand." He turned around and left.
Wow.
He drove an hour to meet me, Brian, and the guys, and maybe hung out for 10 minutes. I just feel like you guys always invite us in, and that's the moment that lets me know I'm doing things the right way, because he drove out of his way to say hi and then drive an hour back to get back to work. I mean, there's no better compliment than that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. No, I get it. And that's the best part about being part of this community. It's an expensive community to be in because you got to produce content, and it's not easy to do. But when you meet viewers, or when you meet somebody that appreciates what you're doing, it means the world. It keeps you going.
Yeah. Oh, somebody asked earlier before we get off. Somebody asked about the logo. So, so my logo, which is, I look better as a cartoon, don't I, than I do as a human. I'm a handsome cartoon. This is a handsome dude right there. So my nephew, he's in IT, and he runs a company called Spitzer Tech in the Portland, Oregon area. He runs IT for the Portland School District area. He runs all their IT programs. He runs IT for a lot of, and on his staff, he has a couple of imagers. So he goes, "Hey, my nephew is kind of like my behind the scenes guy that helps me out. He does my intro video with this cool guy right here in it." And he goes, "Do me a favor, send me 10 pictures." And I just hooked Lolo up with my nephew to get her. She wants a new logo. So if you want access to his imager on his staff, it's a couple $300 to do. And if you want this, it's Spitzer Tech. And if you want the information, email me at james@jscashout.com. I'll get permission from my nephew. He's a busy guy. Don't get me wrong. And so then I go, "Hey, Dave, will people actually buy because I have merchandise. And when you go to my videos, make sure you kick that drop-down arrow. I sell shirts, hoodies, T-shirts, jogging pants, yoga pants for the females, female-cut T-shirts, masks, all the fun stuff that we all sell." But I go, "Will people buy stuff with my face on it?" So we just created, I wear my where's that? Right over here. I wear an alternate logo with no face, with just the Keno balls and the cash out. So we're getting ready to put that logo on the thing, so you can choose either or. With my face, which is once again a handsome devil, or the alternate logo. So we're getting some hats out. I just ordered a bunch of hats and masks to give away when we have the February. I'm going to give them all away at the February. Yeah. So the logo was created by my nephew's team at the IT office in Portland, Oregon, and it's now my merchandise. So hit that merchandise link if you have a chance. And it's all about fun. I don't care.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
and Teespring is our Teespring, which I think do you use Teespring?
Yeah, I use Teespring as well.
Teespring does all the work. So we pay a pretty penny to load the logo onto the Teespring site, and when you order directly, they make it, they pack it, they ship it, and I have to do nothing. We just get I think it's 27 or 28% markup that we get the markup. They keep the It's a business. They get the bulk of the money. We get a small portion of that
but you're not doing the shipping and everything. That's the hard part right now. If you have to grow a business doing it the old-fashioned way, it just wouldn't happen. But Rockin' Rocco said he just subscribed to your channel. And everybody else that's still here, if you haven't subscribed to James Spitzer Cash Out, please go over and subscribe to his channel. And if you could make it to the event in February,
yes, please do.
Plan on making it.
Yeah, viewers and channels alike. So if you want to be a channel, you're in the Southern California, email me, james@jscashout.com. if you're a viewer and support all, and you see all these fun channels that are going to be there, James at jscashout.com. I will give you all the details. I'll give you the room, how to get the room code. There's a password we're going to use to get the room, and they've already given me the grace. Hey, Harris is being so wonderful. They're giving the grace to extend the 15 rooms to whatever number we need. As long as we book 80% of the rooms, you're going to get to keep the players' rate. So
that was my question to you. So the viewers can also get that player's rate as well, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, fantastic.
Because they have their own slot. They have their own YouTube name.
Yeah.
It's a YouTube name. I'll give you the password if you're committing. Now, the challenge is if you commit and then don't show up and then the room doesn't get booked, then the rate goes away. So if you're committing, please commit. We got to sell 80% of the rooms that they give us, and then everybody gets to maintain the rate. And then with that, they're giving us a room for us to meet. There'll be snacks and drinks and all the stuff, and you get to shake hands with everybody you've been watching on all these channels. It is really going to be something special because, like I said, Rhino, I've known you for 20 minutes in person, but I feel like you're my buddy. I've known Chumbo for 20 minutes, and I feel like she's one of my friends, and Chris and Lou, and I can't wait to shake Brandon and Lolo's hands and just give a big hug. Like Yoshi, you said about the Harris thing. I probably passed Yoshi and his family. They play at Verona. They play at Sequan. Yeah. They played all the San Diego. But without this, I saw on one of his videos that Yoshi was playing at Verona. I said, and I texted, I go, dude, you play Verona? Let's meet up and do a collab. So now we have a video series that we just kind of started, and all my family stuff started happening. But the viewers' choice, we play the games that the viewers want us to play. So
exactly.
I got another video coming out very soon. And him and I have already live like 4 or 5 times together. If you ever want to meet a fun group, the Yoshi group, off the chart. They're so fun. Mama Yoshi and sister and Miss Yoshi and Yoshi. I mean,
I got to meet them for like 2 minutes.
That's right.
But I can't wait to get into a room with them or actually sit down and play with them. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. So thanks for having me on, man. This has been, I love talking. I love telling stories. I got a million more stories.
We can keep going for another 2-3 hours, but I know that we got to cut this short. But we'll definitely have you back on at another time. As
I'd love
closer to the event, I would like to have you back on for sure.
Yes,
maybe
absolutely.
A Thursday afternoon or an afternoon.
I would love to do your nighttime stories. The after dark version.
Definitely.
Sister, I miss you. She was supposed to be here this morning. I wanted to make sure I said hi, but
yes, she was at the casino. We know where she was.
Sometimes
we know where she's still at. She's still at Dragon Link right now. Panda Magic. She moved over to Golden Century. She's still right there. Don't worry.
Yeah, the casino itch sometimes is too hard to scratch. You got to scratch it, man.
Exactly. Thank you so much, James. I really appreciate you being on the show. Thank everybody who watched, who came in, who got to know James just a little bit better. You're my buddy now. I can tell you.
Yeah. Can't wait to meet you all. Hit that cash out. Check out #Keno Nation. There's a lot of great content providers. There's only a few of us that are monetized at this point, but they're all thriving, and we all push each other like I push you guys. I mean, I actually enjoy when I slip you $10 on a super chat. It's and I'll never ask for you to do it on mine. Just it's not part of what I'm trying to do, but
exactly.
the humbleness that I appreciate when somebody slips me $2. I mean, that's their $2. They don't have to give it to me. It
means so much.
It means the world.
Yeah.
It means the world.
Definitely.
Yep. Thank you guys. Thanks for coming out. RhinoManSlots. If you're not, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon. February 11th, 12th, and 13th. Harris, Southern California. Everyone slots is Southern Cal edition, okay? I'll put out more information. Yoshi, either tonight or tomorrow night. The thumbnail is going up, and all the pomp and circumstances involved with that. It's going to be a blast. Please make some time. Valentine's weekend or now Super Bowl weekend. You get to meet all your channels and all your friends. You get to meet each other. It's going to be so fun. We're going to pack the floor here in Southern California. They don't even know what's coming. It's going to be so fun.
Thank you, Ellen Spitzer. The $10.
Hey!
I really appreciate that. So
that comes out of your bankroll, right? Not mine, right? Thanks, John. Hudson Kids, everybody. Love you guys. Have a great new year. Everybody, 2022 is going to be a fun year. Let's have some fun. Cash out.
Cash out. Thank you, guys. Peace. We love you. Bye.
See ya. Bye.